Welcome back to another episode of the Cage Rock Podcast with Caleb, presented by OddSmokerMMA. Today I have Gage Stinson here with me, who just won on Island Fights via unanimous decision. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
Doing good.
Good.
Glad to have you on. I know it's going to be, short, quick. Tell me how you're feeling after that win. You're now 2-1.
I'm feeling good. A lot of hard work paid off, dedication. So, yeah.
Give me a little backstory. What got you in MMA?
Uh, I grew up fighting a lot, like in the streets and stuff, and then I ran into somebody named Joshua Walls. I don't know. Some may know him, some may not. But he got me introduced to the Southern Hand Slugfest, and I was one of the statistics that thought I was gonna just go in there and run through everybody, but it didn't work like that. I wasn't in a gym at the time, so yeah, uh, yeah,
Yeah, and Southern Hand Slugfest is definitely a great promotion to be with. Um, so, and you've also been on Island Fights, which is another great one to be on, especially being amateur, brand new in the sport. Two great, like I said, just two amazing promotions. Huge crowds, big turnouts, lots of everything with them. The first time you walked to the ring, what was going through your mind? I mean, besides the fact you think you're going to run through anybody, through everyone, did you have any fear, any nervousness to you?
yeah. It's definitely nerve wracking, for sure. Uh, but that's about it. It's real nerve wracking, and then but once you get there and the bell rings, you got to go because they're coming. So I mean, you can't just stand there. So when that bell ring, I know I got to go.
Yeah, I one of my favorite questions to ask new fighters is weight cut. Was it like what you expected? Was it harder than you expected?
Uh, it's It's weight cut ain't that hard for me because I'm real strict on my diet. I eat good. I walk around 132. I cut down to 125, so I just go sit in the sauna for a little bit and I'm good. Weight cut ain't really hard on me.
That's good. That's a good thing. A lot of fighters don't have that plus side of weight cut. They go through a hard one to get down to their weight and stuff. Even if they do eat great and stuff, 'cause a lot of fighters they do. They don't just stock up on all the junk food and
Yeah,
stuff.
you got some cutting like 15 pounds, 20, some harder cuts. Yeah.
Um, what do you want for your career? Are you leaning staying with boxing? Do you want to go pro boxing, pro MMA?
Uh, I'm leaning towards going pro MMA. I'm gonna take it as far as I can. I'm gonna look to hold a decent record and see maybe one day Dana White's looking at me. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best. I got a pretty solid team, solid coaches. I don't know. I'm gonna do my best.
I mean, that's all you can do. It's what anybody can do. Just do your best, keep going, keep grinding. What is your biggest motivation to keep fighting?
Uh, my biggest motivation, I would say, would be myself and everything I've been through. Uh, I was never fed by a silver spoon, so I mean, I got a lot to prove to myself. I've I've tasted defeat. I've lost Southern Hand Slugfest. I lost my first MMA fight. I I got like my first three fights were beat. I went to Southern Hand Slugfest, lost in the first fight. Like it's a tournament. You win that when you go to another fight that night, same night. Lost the first fight of the night. Went back to Southern Hand Slugfest. Lost the first fight of the night. Went to my first MMA fight. Lost. I got tired of it. I said, hold up, let me find a gym. This ain't cutting it. Found a gym. Pretty solid people, solid team, and they give me everything I need. They push me past my limits, and I haven't seen no disappointment so far.
Yeah. That's awesome, and that's what you need. You need the discipline. A lot of these people train with nobody, just themselves in the bag, and it doesn't work. Like they think it does,
Yeah,
but it really doesn't. And I know one group of people that they do train out of their backyard, but they made their backyard into a gym. But they
yeah,
have people. It's not just them on their own.
yeah,
You need the discipline. You need people to direct you because no one can go through anything in life alone. Especially fighting. I mean, this is just a whole different ball game.
yeah, yeah.
So it's awesome you found somewhere to go that you get all that.
Yeah, I
Now,
figured out the hard way.
yeah, and unfortunately for fighters, I feel like that's like what all you guys have to go through. You always just figure it out the hard way. Why listen to people who've been through it? Um, so I have a question. So I'm part of a group chat with some fighters, and I saw some animosity of a post between you and Antoine
Antoine.
Ahmad.
Oh, yeah.
What's that about?
Because when I still wasn't training, and they invited me over to their place or whatever, and he got a good lick on me, and my head hit the wall, and it put a dent in the wall or whatever, and I don't know. I feel like he was trying to. I wasn't on his level yet, and then it just caused animosity. Like they invited me over there to try to show out, and it didn't sit well with me.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious. Look, I'm not
Yeah.
one to get on
No,
on
you're
an
good.
interview
You're good. You're
for
good.
anybody to really talk crap. I just when I see stuff, I ask about it. On both ends. Like if I were interviewing him or anybody else part of who was there, I'd ask the same thing. The only time I ever get shit talking going is when I'm asked to when I do my
Yeah.
pre-fight interviews. But on these, it's just more of a you're brand new. You already got people who say you're not a great fighter who don't know you. So it's like it leads to my next question: is that do you use that as motivation to prove yourself to these people, or do you just keep doing what you're doing?
Oh yeah, I definitely used it as motivation. Definitely. I
Yeah.
used I used all my losses as motivation. And that's how I charge it to the game.
Yeah. That's hey, gotta keep doing that. Um, what was it? What was it like fighting for Island Fights? They usually have a great turnout. They have a great venue. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask about Southern Hand Slugfest. I don't know much about them either. But I have been to an Island Fights, and it's just really cool there.
I would say Island Fights and Southern Hand Slugfest are probably the top around. They're really, really good. Ricky, he's Southern Hand Slugfest. He takes care of his fighters and he's real good at what he does. And then, of course, Island Fights, they're top notch people over there, too. So I'd give a huge shout out to both of them.
Prior to getting on, we had a little quick couple texts back and forth. But you possibly having a fight September 12th.
Yeah.
Is that something that's in the works? Like they're finding you an opponent, like you're definitely fighting on that card, you're just waiting on an opponent, or is that like more of a you're hoping to get on their card?
Uh, I would say I'm hoping to get on their card. I heard something about it. Like, uh, one of my coaches said camp starts today or whatever. So I don't know if he's heard more than I've heard already, but I'm looking forward to getting on the card.
That's good. More fights, the better, right? Looking back on your last few fights, what would you say your biggest weakness has been that you really need to work on for your upcoming fight if you're on the September 12th card?
Uh, I would say personally, I would just say more wrestling. I mean, I've been working on it. I sprawled good. I did good. Um, my hands were pretty good. So I would just tighten up my wrestling.
That's good. I know you wanted to make this super quick. I know you're not a big talker and stuff. I just want to make sure I cover most of the questions that I like to ask my fighters. Um, so two more questions and I think we're done.
Okay.
Um, what has been the most rewarding aspect of being a fighter?
Uh, I have to say the win, all the hard work, sweat, tears, blood, and everything that's put in, and then when you see it pay off, that's definitely huge. Especially going my route that I did, loss after loss after loss. When I got that first win, I said, "Whoo!" Yeah, it was definitely hard work and earned, and it paid off. Definitely a good feeling.
Yeah. Um, for somebody who's possibly walking into the gym for the first time, or someone who's on the offensive going to the gym, trying to, try MMA, boxing, whatever, what advice would you give that person?
I would tell them to work their way in. Don't just go in there and trying to like run 12 miles because these people been doing it. You're not there yet. Like they've been running miles, they've been training for this, and then don't get in there and try to. If you think you're a good fighter and it's your first day in there, don't get in there and thinking you're just gonna bully up on somebody. Because I promise you, there's somebody in there that that will show you you're not the bully you think you are. They'll humble you real quick in there.
That's some great advice right there. So this is leading to the end of the conversation, I promise. For anyone like of my viewers or anybody who's not following you on any kind of social media, where can they find you?
Uh, Gage, Instagram, Gage underscore Young Hitter. That's my fight name.
Okay. And that's a brand new Instagram account too. So you're trying to build that up, get videos and everything posted. So definitely, guys, if you're not following him, give him a follow, give him the support. He's an up and coming MMA fighter here, so he definitely needs that love and support from everybody.
Thank you.
Uh, of course. I'm so glad that we were able to work this out. I know. So the first time I had asked Gage about it, he'd said no. And then he came out with that win on Island Fight. So I had to shoot my shot again and got the yes on this. You did great for your first interview, for a podcast. I cannot wait to have you on again.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. It wasn't necessarily like a hard no. It was I wanted more background to be able to talk about besides like one fight or whatever. So I was like, let me get some more under my belt, a little bit more to talk about.
And that's totally fine. I'm possibly just giving you crap.
Yeah,
But no, I am glad that we were able to get this. Now that you do have a few fights under your belt, whether they're wins or loses, you have the experience. You can go back, look at those losses, um, realize what could have gone different or what you need to focus on for your future fights. Because even the best of the best, after every fight, whether you had a bad night or something, you take that and you learn from it. Like, I did have a bad night. Why did I have a bad night? So just take those losses, man. We
yeah.
do truly wish you the best of luck in your career. I'm
Thank
looking forward to seeing you grow as a fighter, and seeing, where it takes you. Would love to have you back on sometime soon, after your next couple fights. Um, yeah, is there anyone you want to shout out real quick before we get off?
Yeah, I want to shout out my wife, my kid, for supporting me at home. I want to shout out my coach Brock Weaver. I want to shout out my team over there. There's some really good people, and that's about it. My gym family and my at home family.
Yeah,
Big
the
shout
two
out.
most. Then that's what you need, and that's good that you have a wife that's supportive and it's helping you. And, I'm sure you fight for your kids too. See that, dad can do anything. If I can do this, so can you.
Yeah. My first fight I wasn't able to have kids or whatever, but I brought my son to my fight and that was the first fight I won. So that felt good.
That's
I brought him and
awesome.
I didn't end up losing.
Well, there's your good luck. You need to start bringing him to every fight now.
Yeah.
Now, anything else you want to add?
That's it.
All right. Well, Gage, again, thank you for joining me. I am looking forward to having you on again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'll be back.
Of course. Have a good one.
You too.